Good evening. Afternoon. It's afternoon, but by the time this video gets uploaded, it'll probably be evening. Lord, it may even be morning because the devil's busy. But what's up? I'm Kay. If you didn't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know because it's just right there in my name. Rambling Kay. Now, a lot of people think it's Kai, but it's not. It just isn't. Never has been and never will be. What can we do? This video is because you all asked so nicely for me to speak on Monique. And when I say nicely, I mean y'all bombarded me with, girl, did you see what your girl had said? And do-do-do. And I'm just like, well, first of all, she's not my girl. She's not my girl. Now, Monique is an auntie of mine. I've explained this to y'all. I talked about this months ago. She's an auntie, but I don't fool with all my aunties in real life or in hypothetical life. Monique got on the television, which who's inviting? Why are y'all steady inviting Monique to the function? Why? For what? That's how I feel about Roseanne. Why are y'all steady inviting Roseanne to the function? But Monique, this little section here, she just wants to be curly. And girl, it's just I mean, you're curly, but too much. Monique got on TV, girl. I don't know who she was talking to because I don't really care that deeply. But she got on TV with her purple lipstick and her, Olga hairstyle, honey, looking like, straight out of Russia. And she's giving, I can't quote verbatim because I don't care to do that. Let me clarify something before I really get into this. Every time I make a video discussing something that you girls are Googling and you come over here and you're not my subscribers and you don't know my comedy and you don't know how I do things over here, y'all get mad. And it's like, you be mad, but you don't know me. I'm not the type of girl who's going to do a super whole lot of research to bring you information. If you know the information already and you come over to my page talk about, you didn't even get all the facts right, then, what do you want facts you already know? Why do you want facts you already have an understanding of? I'm here to give my commentary. Who is Tori? Commentary. And that's just that on that. Now back to this. She got on somebody's TV show with, like I said, her purple lipstick and her Olga hairstyle. And she was just giving, I'm not going to call Roseanne a racist. Roseanne is my sister in comedy and she's my UniverSoul sister. And to that, I'm just like, I tell jokes. That don't make me Monique and Roseanne's sister in comedy. Just because I be on here kikiing with girls does not make me a sister in comedy. And because we're in the same universe does not also make us sisters. It doesn't, because I'm not sisters with Roseanne. I'm not sisters with Ivanka or Ivana or Melania or whomever else. Like, girl, we're not sisters just because we're in the same universe. So what she was up there talking about was just ridiculous to me. But everything Monique has said in the last 2-3 years, I remember it was about a year before Monique said the Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah thing. That was just so unneeded and so unnecessary. It was about a year before that she said something, and I can't remember exactly what it was she said, but I posted on Facebook, this is the end of Monique. This is the beginning of the end of Monique. And that was a good, healthy 2+ years ago I said this. So I won't be surprised. The rest of y'all be sitting here shocked and confused, and I'm just like, girl. She was getting on my nerves when she had her show, which is another thing she said. She said that, I'm not going to name Roseanne racist because, we called on a lot of people to come on our show, and a lot of people that are the same color as me wouldn't come on the show because they said it was too black and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And the thing about it is, first of all, they probably didn't come on your show not because your show was too black, but because BET was trash and is trash at the moment. Like, it probably didn't have that much to do with you, but whatever. The long story made slightly less long is Roseanne apparently came onto Monique's show, which the only thing I remember about the show was Big Jim and the Penthouse Players. Every time she did it, I got my life and then I turned the show off. I just came here to hear her yodel Big Jim. But so apparently Roseanne came on the show and Monique was on whatever interview format she was on this past week talking about they didn't see what was going on when the cameras weren't rolling. And it's like, yes, girl, that's how TV works. It's how TV works. We don't know what was going on when the cameras weren't rolling because you can't see those things. But apparently Roseanne told her that they were going to deem Monique as difficult. And it's like, who is this white man with a stick walking by? I'm confused. It's a white man with a cup and a cigarette and a stick. Like a giant walking stick. And he's just walking. casually walking. Well, not casually. He's sauntering, I guess. I don't know what's happening. I hope he rounds the corner so y'all can see him, but it really threw me off. It threw me off. Anytime I see a white man with a cigarette, or a white person with a cigarette, I'm on guard. I'm on guard. Anyway, because you just don't know if they're going to use that cigarette to burn, a cross in your front yard or what. You just don't know. Back to racism. From racism to racism. Monique has a habit of standing up for people who told her that people are going to find her difficult. And it's just like, girl, but people do find you difficult. So stand up for me, because I think you're difficult. If that's the case, like, she's caping for Roseanne because Roseanne told her one time that people were going to find her difficult, and now people find her difficult. Roseanne's not a prophet. She's not that girl. She's not giving you spiritual gems. Girl, you're difficult. As she said, people are going to call you difficult. Really, you should have been insulted. But what bothers me the most about this with Monique is that Monique got up in front of us, in front of her wall at home, in front of her camera and her husband, Sydney, who gets on my nerves, got up in front of us and said, hey, my loves, I want you to boycott Netflix for racial bias. And there's the man with the stick right there. Like, what's going on? What's happening? Why do you have this stick, this cup, and this cigarette? And he's just sauntering around this parking lot. Like, what's happening? Like, look at him. What are you doing? Where are you going? Where? People be thinking I'm making up the stuff that goes on, like, out of y'all's view. I'm so glad he rounded that corner. I'm so glad, because somebody was like, "Why are you always making up what's going on behind you or in front of you?" Like, girl, I'm not making. This man is still walking with this stick. He still is alongside these cars, looking zooted. It has nothing to do with me. I didn't make this up. He's still going. Anyway, back to this foolishness. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so distracted by this white man with this stick. Like, he is really just going. Roseanne decided, which demon is this? Monique decided, she decided to get up in front of us and say, hey, my loves, join me in boycotting Netflix for racial and gender bias. And then when a white woman calls a black woman a monkey, then it's, oh, girl, I'm not going to call her racist because she's my sister in comedy and my sister in the universe and my sister in difficulty. What? So if I had been ignorant and boycotted Netflix with you, for no reason, and you got on TV and said, I'm not going to deem Roseanne racist, even though she called a black woman a monkey. I'm not going to call her racist, but I will call Netflix racist because they didn't give me as much money as they gave the other black people. And Amy Schumer. Like, which, ain't no reason Amy Schumer should be making that much money. There's no reason. But, girl, if I were one of the people who boycotted Netflix, or even one of the people who came under my videos when I was telling Monique I'm not boycotting Netflix, because there was a bunch of niggas under my videos talking about, you need to, as a black woman, stand with other black women, and Monique's not wrong, and Monique is that girl, and she's a goddess, and she is our sister in Christ, and she is our sister. And I'm just saying, like, Monique is too old to be my sister. She's an auntie at best, and she's still on my nerves. Still. And that's just that on that. Like, girl, and I never said Monique was wrong with what she said. I think Monique was misguided with what she said because, girl, the black people were making a lot of money. Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle were making a decent amount of money, so I didn't see the racial angle there. But I do agree that Monique needs to get, probably more money than Amy Schumer. No shade. Shade. Yeah, shade. Because Amy Schumer's not funny. She's white, she's round. They love a white rotund, I don't know what white people call their ladies. It's not queen. But they love them, a chunky white woman to make fun of how fat she is and how she doesn't care. They love an Amy Schumer. They love a Rebel Wilson, that kind of thing. So, I guess, girl. But the point is, Monique, girl, you calling us, asking us to boycott these people who were paying other black people more money than you over racial bias. And then a woman that they were paying more money to for gender bias just never made sense to me, because they were paying black people and a woman more money than they were paying you, and somehow it was racial and gender based. I just still don't see it. But for you to get on somebody's, I was going to say on my TV, but that's a lie. For you to get on somebody's television and say you're not going to call monkey calling Roseanne, which, like I said, Roseanne needs to apologize not only to black people, but to monkeys. for you to get on there and say she's not racist because she told you you would be difficult to work with just does not make sense. Now, let me slide over to Roseanne and I'm going to get off of here. But Roseanne, they gave her some more time on TV. They just keep inviting her to come speak and do interviews. And it's like, girl, she said what she said. She said she was sorry. She hollered about, thinking the woman was white and all sorts of carryings on. That's that on that. Stop calling her over. Girl, I'm cute. You ever just be looking at yourself talking and you just be like, girl, you really are that girl. Anyway, Roseanne got on TV. It looked like it was the same day, honey, because everybody just was talking about it at once. But she got on somebody's interview and was talking about how she was giving an apology, but she was like, I'm sorry that you took my tweet as racist because it wasn't. And it's like, that's, first of all, not an apology. But then she ventured off from that talking about, and Valerie Jarrett needs to get a haircut. Huh? What does that have to do with, what do her split ends have to do with you calling that woman a monkey Muslim? And the thing about it is, let me take it back to when she was hollering about, I thought she was white. Let's take it back there. You thought that woman was white, but you knew she worked for the Obama administration. So when you said that she was a portmanteau, well, Roseanne doesn't know that word. When she was a conglomerate, a mashup, she was two different things put together, because I know Roseanne a little slow. When you said she was the combination, I think that's the word you'll know, the combination of a Muslim and a monkey. Two things that white people consider to be colored. White people have never said Muslim and meant European. Ever. There's never been a white person on the face of this earth who has said Muslims and was talking about the girls, straight out of France. They're not talking about and there's a lot of Muslims in France, but they're not white. I mean, generally. So when you said the combination of a Muslim and a monkey, and white people have never called each other monkey, ever. Even if you thought Valerie Jarrett was white, that would have to mean that you were saying that Obama was the Muslim and the monkey, which would further make that racist. There's no way Ambien made you think that saying that either a black woman or a white woman were a combination of a Muslim and a monkey. Ambien didn't make you think that didn't have some sort of a racial connotation. You're not going to sit here and holler and scream and talk about haircuts and crack jokes and be upset because your career is over and be racist and have me believe that you didn't know no better. And furthermore, Monique, you're not going to sit over there and say, because she said I was, they're going to call me difficult and now they're calling me difficult because I'm difficult, so I'm not going to call her racist. You're not going to have me believe that the woman's not racist because I heard what she said and I have the cognitive ability to determine what she said, what she meant, how she said it, what she meant, what she said, what she meant, what she was trying to say, what she meant. And what she meant was racist, and way it go. That's just that. Be mad. And don't call me by no Monique or Roseanne no more. Peace.